Hey everyone, welcome back to the Movie Fanatics. I'm Braden.
And I'm Brandon.
And today we're going to be doing a kind of in-depth review of Star Wars Episode 9, The Rise of Skywalker. But before we begin, spoiler alert, that can probably be already assessed.
Spoilers?
Also, we're doing this because we haven't talked about Star Wars on this channel for a hot minute.
It's been...
Since...
Has it been since the Clone Wars video?
No, I mentioned Star Wars. Well, you did the Mandalorian.
Oh, yeah.
And then I mentioned Empire in my my top 20.
Yeah,
but
it's been a while.
It was briefly.
When we did like a full video.
So we're going to do Episode 9 because what better Star Wars movie to talk about than the worst Star Wars movie?
Any of them.
Well, let's dive in. So.
Alright, Episode 9.
We've both seen it twice.
I've seen it 2 or 3
I mean, I saw it once in the theaters and then again during quarantine, and that's the same for you.
Yeah, I think so.
And then you've seen it the third time. God bless your soul.
Maybe? I don't know. We'll just say 2 for now.
2? Okay.
Just in case.
What were your thoughts after? No, let's start with thoughts prior to the movie.
I don't know. I wasn't...
You were excited.
I was very excited for it.
Same with me. I watched that trailer like 10,000 times.
I was weird that Palpatine was alive. They announced that in the trailer and everything, so that's fun. I was just hoping to see what they actually did with that.
And thoughts after?
Thoughts after? Well, it depends. After I saw it in the theater, I think it was literally just new movie jitters because I thought it was pretty good. But upon rewatching, I completely changed my opinions on the movie. I'm not the biggest fan of it.
That was kind of not really my experience. After
I watched,
basically, after we watched it, because I saw it with my dad, and after it, I just was like, that was bad.
Yeah.
That was really bad. That was rough. And because it was J.J. Abrams who did The Force Awakens, and I love The Force Awakens.
Yeah.
And my dad and I kind of just pulled the movie apart afterwards, but I couldn't come to say that I hated it.
Yeah.
Upon rewatching, though, I hate it. It's my least favorite movie ever. It's surprising that it's a Star Wars movie because there's many bad James Bond movies, but The Rise of Skywalker is the movie I hate the most. As Sean Chandler puts it, his movie that he hates the most is Alien 3. My movie I hate the most is Rise of Skywalker.
Really? Is your all-time least favorite? Because I don't really have a least favorite movie.
I hate this movie.
I still think that episodes 1 and 2 are worse, in my opinion, but that doesn't give any credit to this movie. This movie is not good. And I like The Force Awakens, and I like The Last Jedi.
Me too.
And I think that just adds insult to injury, because it's everything that was set up in The Force Awakens and in The Last Jedi. They changed stuff from The Last Jedi, and they just, completely just take a dump on The Force Awakens.
You know what's funny? It's that the Red Letter media review. I can't speak today.
Cool.
I want to use some of their points because they said a lot of good points. Is that they didn't have a roadmap.
Oh no, that's the reason.
The main thing. I mean, even George Lucas, even though that the prequels say what you want, that they have a cohesive one story.
Yeah. And
it's a story that he wanted to tell since he made the original Star Wars.
Mm-hmm.
And there's no roadmap here, Brennan.
It's
so dumb. It's like after each movie, they scrapped everything and started again.
Yeah, exactly. It's because after The Force Awakens, I was so excited to see where they took the story. Little did I know that they had no idea.
They had no idea. They were like, Rian Johnson here, make a new Star Wars movie. It's like another spin-off or something.
Yeah, The Last Jedi. I mean, the thing about the sequel trilogy is that I like 7 and 8
Me too.
On their own. In a bubble, they're good. But when they have to,
be a
come together to be a cohesive narrative Episode 9, it just doesn't work. Especially with Episode 9, because there's so much tug of war going on between, Rey's a nobody. No, she isn't. Kylo doesn't have his mask. Yeah, he does. Palpatine's dead.
So stupid.
Gotcha. Snoke's just some guy who's dead. Nope, Palpatine.
Did you see all the Snokes floating in a jar? Did you see that? I laughed, man, so hard.
For sure. There's your answer. That's where Snoke came from. He was grown in a lab. Yay!
It was stupid that they didn't have a storyline or one plan. Like, okay, here J.J. Abrams, here just do that, and they were gonna have him tell that part, and then him tell that part. Man. They scrap every movie each time. It's like episode 7 happened, and then episode 8 happened. They're like, okay, let's just scrap that. And episode 9 happened. They're like, let's just scrap that.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing that was changed is that episode 8 perfectly set the stage for Kylo Ren to be the final big bad. But then no, Palpatine.
It's like they had no faith in Adam Driver as Kylo Ren.
I don't know if that was it, or they just didn't have faith that
they just didn't have faith in this trilogy as a whole, and you can see it by the time that you get to episode 9, especially Daisy Ridley. You can tell she's over this.
Oh, John Boyega is the funniest. He's like, nope, I'm not doing this.
All of these actors are over it. Adam Driver is still giving it his all.
Adam Driver is phenomenal in this.
He's the only actor that still cares.
He's the best part. He's always given it 100% in all 3 of the movies.
Honestly,
Kylo Ren is phenomenal.
He's a phenomenal character, but they threw all of these characters away.
I know. I don't know why they just shoved Kylo Ren to a generic Vader redemption thing.
Because I get that that's what they wanted to do, and maybe that's what they wanted to do this whole time, or maybe. That was something that happened at the end of Last Jedi, hey, we can't do this, because...
Yeah, because I think The Last Jedi tried its hardest to, put a redemption arc out of the picture.
Yeah, because it didn't look like there was going to be a redemption arc.
Kylo is evil for good, but no, he's not.
No, he's not, because,
Yeah, and, just Palpatine being alive in general just takes so much away from the ending of Return of the Jedi.
I know. That's why I think that this is an open-shut series.
Yeah.
Because at the end of episode 6, even though not as great as the other 2, there's no plot holes. It's
pretty much.
The Empire's dead, and they won. Mm-hmm. That's it. And then I had to ruin the ending with, the Palpatine's back, and
Rey is his granddaughter apparently.
That's just weird.
That was one of the best thematic parts of The Last Jedi. Is that great good? Can
it was
come from
metaphoric because Rey could just be a nobody,
exactly,
and she could come from nothing.
It doesn't matter who you are. Nope, Palpatine.
Nope. It's like they wanted to we don't have anything left, and they were throwing stuff at the wall to see what stuck.
Yeah. And this movie feels it's just has such a weird tone.
It's sloppy.
It's so fan fictiony. Everyone's made fun of the somehow Palpatine returned line, but even just the fact Palpatine's back and he has a whole fleet of 4 million Star Destroyers
with Death Star attack.
Everyone has a Death Star, and he's gonna kill everyone. And Rey is his granddaughter. And Han Solo comes back as a ghost.
Okay, that was good. I like that.
That was alright. I'm just impressed that they got Harrison Ford back.
Oh yeah, he's kind of over Star Wars.
Yeah, he's never liked Han.
Just this movie, especially I feel so bad saying I hate the sequels. I hate Episode 9, but grouped in with 7 and 8, which I think are pretty good. Mm-hmm. The whole trilogy is just bogged down to nothing.
Yeah, Rise of Skywalker, just because it's the last one, that just takes something away from the first 2 movies.
And you can say it's the same thing with the other trilogies, but they fit into one.
Yeah.
It's this trilogy felt like a puzzle where there's 3 pieces that are cut the wrong way. And that you can't finish one picture because there's these 3 pieces that don't fit together.
Yeah, because the people who made the puzzle didn't plan out how
the
pieces
exactly.
would fit together.
Exactly. That's what it feels like. It feels like a knockoff jigsaw puzzle.
Yeah.
This movie is just sloppy. It's sloppy
It's
all
very
over
sloppy.
It's all over the place. Sloppy. I can see maybe where J.J. Abrams wanted to put his own flair. Maybe where he wanted to go with it, but it doesn't feel like The Force Awakens.
No.
It feels like a completely different movie.
Yeah, because I was pretty excited to hear that Abrams was coming back.
Me too. I
because,
was like, okay, the Force Awakens was good. I liked it.
yeah, because at the time that Rise of Skywalker was like announced and all of that, I was still not keen on The Last Jedi.
Yeah.
So it was like finally the guy who made the good sequel is coming back.
And
now I'm going back to The Last Jedi with open arms and telling it that I was very sorry.
How did this happen though? Like I know that there was no plan.
There's no plan.
There was no because Disney doesn't care anymore. I'm sorry, but
They have money.
They really don't care anymore.
They made their money, and that's really all. That's really all they needed. I like because you can tell because the first thing that when Solo flopped, they just stopped making sequels. Or spinoffs. I mean.
Yeah. And there was so much stuff that they could have done with spin-offs. And now that Ahsoka is getting, I think, possibly a trilogy, I'm really excited about that.
Mm.
But Disney really, like, you mentioned this in your posters video, I think, about how Disney's not lazy. And then you showed, like, all of the remakes.
Oh.
Disney's not there anymore. It's like they've checked out.
Modern Disney is like completely. That's a video for another time.
It's a video for another time, but it shows. It shows in this movie that they did not care. It's like, here, Abrams, just do whatever you want. Yeah. And it made a lot of money.
It did.
But it wasn't deserving of that money.
No, I mean, like, because I saw it in theaters.
I did too.
It's Star Wars. I was gonna see it either way, but like after Solo flopped or whatever,
it was better than this.
Yeah, if they didn't like, I feel like they only made this movie out of obligation. Like if they
absolutely.
If they didn't have to, they would have just left the trilogy.
How about? Why did they even feel obligated to make the Force Awakens? Star Wars was still relevant.
Money.
Money's the main reason, but it just this movie was. It was shocking how bad it was. Like I knew, the first time I saw it, that I knew it was bad. I knew it wasn't good.
Yeah.
But when I watched it again, I really realized that it's bad.
Oh yeah, because I did a May the 4th last year, not 2 years ago.
Last year.
I watched all the main lines. I didn't watch the spin-offs. I'm sorry, Rogue One. But I did watch Episode 9, and by the time... I might have just been that I was tired. By the end of The Last Jedi, I was, like, really ready for bed. But I think when I was like, nope, I gotta finish it. And Rise of Skywalker just it was, like, the worst way to end it. It was the worst way to end the day.
I guess they had no plan.
Nope.
They just had a ton of money, and Abrams said, I can just do whatever I want. Disney was like, sure, it's gonna make money anyway because it's got Star Wars attached to the title.
Sure.
Just do whatever you want.
Do the move, yeah.
He forgot everything that happened in the previous two movies.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know why he didn't just stick to what was established in The Last Jedi.
But what was established?
Rey's a no one, Kylo is...
There was nothing established, really. Like,
yes, there was. He just changed stuff just to change
They change it after every movie.
They just change it. Like, sure, I guess JJ was like, oh, I wanted to answer my own mystery boxes that I set up in Force Awakens, and I don't like Ryan's answers, so I'm going to make my own answer.
How about, where did Maz get the lightsaber? Well, we're never going to find that out. That's a whole can of worms that was never closed.
Even when I saw Force Awakens in the movie theater,
I was so excited about that.
I rolled my eyes when they said, a good story for another time, and I was like, yep, that's the screenwriter talking.
Yeah, it was shocking too, because I think The Force Awakens, if I'm not, like, doing wrong, is that it was written by Lawrence Kasdan, who wrote Empire Strikes Back.
Oh, well, I still think Force Awakens is solid.
It's a solid Star Wars movie.
That's my favorite one from the trilogy.
Well, yeah, obviously, but even, like, the style of sword fighting or lightsaber fighting in the sequels is completely different.
I don't mind the combat. There's no lightsaber duels. There's not really one. Luke's just kind of dodging attacks.
It feels like the other opponent is constantly fleeing.
Yeah, I am a big fan of the choreography and the setting and everything. Rey versus Kylo in The Force Awakens I really like. But the lightsaber fights in Rise of Skywalker are so lame.
The best action sequence I think that's come out of this sequel trilogy, and if you don't agree, that's fine, is the Snoke's throne room fight sequence.
Yeah.
Hands down the best
I like
action
that one.
sequence in this trilogy.
I know everyone was pointing out all the little flaws in that scene, but I don't know.
It was hard to
still enjoy
shoot,
it.
I bet. I mean, seriously.
There's a lot of little issues there, but I still think
It's a Star
I
Wars
still think
action
it's
sequence.
impressive. Yeah.
But the one thing I really want to talk about is this movie. It's literally like you have to find a thing 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 to find, and then you have to find another thing, and that'll lead you to another thing.
Yeah, it's like just so many fetch quests over and over, and
It's like you have to find a thing, then you have to find another thing. I was fine if you have to find like the Sith, the Wayfinder. I was fine with that.
you have to find a dagger, and then you have to
find a
it
dagger,
a very certain way.
And then Lando pops up, which Lando wasn't needed in this movie.
Yeah, he didn't do anything. He was just there.
All of these characters are useless. There's not a character that's useful. Anyway.
Not really. I guess Rey, but
How does the dagger line up with the Death Star wreckage perfectly? Like, did they make it and then like make it like as they held it up and then okay, that's good, and then then they buried it somewhere?
Yeah, it's like that sounds like a nitpick, but it's such a central plot point to the movie that's how they find the Wayfinder, and it's like it just feels like it's a video game that's padding for runtime.
It is a video game.
Like the funniest part is when like Rey heals the snake, and then the snake moves and it like starts a cutscene where the door opens and they get out. It's I laughed at that part.
It was really funny.
It looks just like a video
It's
game.
really a joke.
Yeah, a bunch of
Okay, but the one
interweaving
thing-
rhymes.
How is there that much Death Star wreckage of Death Star 2? The end of Return of the Jedi, if you watch it, the thing is obliterated.
Yeah, it's
There's
just gone.
nothing left.
Yeah, and it's like, where did Palpatine get all the ships? They don't just pop out of nowhere.
He's building them under the planet.
Why did he put them under the ground?
The planet is because it's a cool poster thing.
But like, where did they come
How did they
from?
build them underground? And where is he getting all of the staff for
Why is
these
there like an
Star
entire?
Destroyers?
Why is there an entire cult under the ground on the Sith planet? Why is there a magic floating elevator? What is happening in this movie?
This movie, when it gets into the third act, okay, it was already stupid.
How did Kylo Ren get the
But
Exegol
once
in the end? He didn't have a Wayfinder,
Once
right?
it gets to the third act, the movie's completely lost its mind.
It's so dumb, and it's like the cheesiest thing there. You're supposed to go, oh, when all the ships pop up, but it's just so corny. They play
It's
the
like-
Star Wars theme. And
It's like Endgame.
it's so endgame.
It's like because Poe hears like the feed on his walkie.
On your left.
And he's like on your left, which is a line straight out of the Winter Soldier.
I don't think that's actually in the movie, but like.
But he's like,
But that's
what?
that's
And
what I
then
mean.
like
Turns around.
Lando appears, and then the camera like slowly pans on, and like all these ships going out of hyperspace.
Yeah.
And the movie lost its mind.
Yeah, and then like they do the I am Iron Man with I'm all the Jedi. It's like
I'm all the Sith.
I am Rey.
I am inevitable.
And I am
Iron Man.
I am all the Sith.
And I'm all the Jedi.
Okay, but during this space battle, the movie has already completely lost its mind. Like, it doesn't know anymore.
Ouch.
I never know in that space battle where anyone is.
Yeah, it's just
Everyone's kind of just like flying around like this, and you feel like you're in a tornado. It's like
like Return of the Jedi had a big space battle, but it was way more controlled. This is
yeah,
just a bunch
and there was
of lasers.
less stuff.
Yeah, and there's
It's like Lando's over here and the thing's all the way down here. It's like, just let it like pull ours back and let it breathe.
yeah, exactly. And Palpatine freaking shoots the entire world with the light.
Nothing will stop the return of the Sith.
The movie lost its
The
mind.
movie went crazy.
And the Knights of Ren gone. Like,
Why are
they
I
don't
know.
matter anymore.
The only reason they're in the movie is because they were set up in Force Awakens. They don't do anything. They just stand
The
there.
movie lost its mind.
He's just standing there, menacingly.
The one thing that's cool is when she puts the lightsaber here and it cuts to like him pulling it out. That was kind of a cool part.
Yeah, that was alright.
And the one thing that this movie done right is Leia.
Leia was alright. I think they handled her well.
That was really, really good. It was a tragedy.
What they had.
And they did that. But when you get into the third act, the movie just doesn't care.
The movie just goes crazy. And
crazy pants.
Yeah, there's just so much.
And Palpatine looks awful. Like,
I don't think so. I think he looks alright.
He's like...
He looks very creepy.
He looked like his fingers are like burnt to like a crisp.
I think that's cool. I just don't like that he's in the movie.
I just don't like that he's on a crane that looks so cheap.
That is a little weird that he's on a crane, but like, I think his design's alright. I like the little red robes that he has.
The red robe is cool, but I heard someone say that the Palpatine in Return of the Jedi is a clone of other Palpatines, and then that Palpatine's like 1,000 years old. No, the Palpatine that we see is the only Palpatine, in my opinion.
Yeah.
His fingers are burnt to a crisp.
Yeah, they're like missing, and like there's just so that's another thing is that there's so much that is like that J.J. Abrams like explains on Twitter or whatever, or like it's revealed in a book or something that
it's like no one cares about the books because they're not canon anymore.
Yeah, it's like that. I never like get like you have to buy something else to get the full story. I don't need to know like I shouldn't have to Google how did Palpatine come back because it should be explained in the movie.
But it's not. He, as far as I know, as far as I care, he fell down that chasm. He was obliterated.
But he's a clone, I guess.
No, the Palpatine that we see is the only Palpatine that ever existed.
He's just there. I don't know.
And his fingers are missing as a result of the explosion that he somehow survived.
Yeah.
I can see him like falling into like a hallway, and he's like, "I have to get out of here," and he runs through a ship.
Yeah.
He's like, "I have to get out of here."
And it's like a very unrelated explosion.
I have to get out of here. Mm-hmm. And he runs to a ship.
Apparently, the one girl is Lando's daughter, and that's not explained in the movie.
It doesn't explain because they sit down next to each other, and then it cuts away.
Yeah, they just don't explain anything. And
they don't explain anything.
It just does. Just 2
and
out of 10.
Poe, what a waste of a character.
Yeah, Poe. I think the biggest thing that's wrong with The Last Jedi and this movie is how they completely took my main man Finn and completely destroyed his character.
Finn, I'm sorry.
John Boyega deserved better.
Rey is a terrible character. I'm sorry.
She was
Finn should have been the main character of this trilogy. It would have made sense. It would have showed his journey from being a stormtrooper to being a main person in the rebellion.
Yeah. If he had left in Force Awakens and not like come back and fought Kylo Ren and then came back in the later movies, like he redeemed himself, he would have an arc throughout the whole thing. Mm-hmm. But he just doesn't, and then he just doesn't do anything for 2 movies. And
then they're riding horses on a Star Destroyer. There's Death Star tech. Oh my god, this movie 1 out of 10 F. I hate this movie.
I'll give it a. What did I give? 2. I'll give it 2 out of 10. The special effects are fun.
The special effects aren't really good.
I think the special effects are fine. And Adam Driver gives a fantastic performance.
Yeah, he's the best part of that movie.
Oh wait, the Reylo kiss. That's the last thing. No, I don't like that. That's the dumbest romantic moment in all of Star Wars.
Kylo should have lived. Rey should have died.
There's like the only reason that's in there is just to appease those people who ship them. They never had any chemistry. They just
at least Anakin and Padme like looked like that. They liked each other.
Yeah, and they said it very cheesily, but they did say it.
Yeah, I think that Rey should have died. I'm sorry, but
that would have been nice. But nope, Force heal. There's so many fake out deaths.
Oh my god, the Force heal! JJ opened a can of worms. Why haven't Jedi done this before? Yeah, why haven't Jedi done this before? I mean, Obi-Wan could have saved Qui-Gon Jinn. During the Battle of Geonosis, they could have saved thousands of Jedi.
Oh no, Anakin's mom.
I mean, Anakin's mom. Like,
Vader could have lived. Luke should have just...
But no, it's Rey's the most powerful Jedi. I hate this movie.
Yeah.
1 out of 10,
2
F.
out of 10, kill.
F.
Kill the movie.
F.
Star Wars died. Did you see the one deepfake of George Lucas reacts to it? He was like, I'm gonna spoil the movie. At the end, Star Wars dies.
You know, I know the ending of this film. I'm gonna spoil it for you. Spoiler alert. Here's how the film ends. You ready? At the very end, Star Wars dies.
I hate you. Star Wars is dead.
That's a really good video. Watch it. It's gonna not be in the description. You just gotta find it.
Oh my god,
All
but...
right. Well...
That was our vent session on Rise of Skywalker, the pile of crap Star Wars movie. Look forward to more reviews very, very soon. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. Look forward to our 1 year video, which is gonna be out before this video. Also, we're gonna be starting to work on a new project for the channel. Big project.
It's very secret.
Yeah. Context will come after it comes out.
Yeah, I'm going to make a Jurassic World video soon, maybe this weekend, maybe.
And then I might rank them.
Oh, that'll be nice.
Maybe a two-parter.
That'd be
Anyway,
very fun.
thank you so much for watching.
Thank you.
Like,
fun.
comment, subscribe. Put your comment section below about your thoughts on Rise of Skywalker, and I'll see you next time. This has been Braden
And Brian.
from the movie.
Can we try that again?
Yes, and this has been Braden
And Brannick.
from the Movie Fanatics. Signing off.